city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To tax tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing yo half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. We moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider. Always on the run. On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatik Raider Show, always on the road. Skylines of the desert, feel the rhythm of the beat. We're setting in the stage, making history in the heat. Voices rise and fall in a city that never sleeps. Yeah, the Raider Show keeps spinning. The secrets Vegas keeps. Let the Raiders roll. Let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah. The Lunatik Raider Show, always on the road. The city like splash me, right at the biggest night news on the radio. About to hit another high, everything you wanna know. But the scoop make it fast. To tax tag, gotta make this moment last. We bringing yo half strip like in the candy with style. It's about to get wild. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. Yeah, we're Lunatik Raider. Always on the run. On the strip like two insights, navigate the night. Truth in every state, painted pictures so right. Love to with a brand new secret. Yo, no, listen to the soul star. Pull your organ that you can't ignore. The heart of Vegas need. The voice you can't ignore. Let the Raiders roll. Yeah, let the truth unfold. Las Vegas in our veins, like a story told. Yeah, keep moving through the speakers, shaking up your soul. The Lunatik Raider Show, always on the road.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
They're here.
Rise, my nation. Gather around and prepare. Our pride will be restored. Our shadow will fall with wicked damnation. Rise, my nation. Rise. This is your nation. This is our nation. This is the Raider Nation. Can you dig it?
What it is, Raider Nation, what it is, man, top of the Tuesday afternoon. It is the Lunatic Raider Show right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. We got a good show for you today. We gonna talk about building the coaching staff of this team. Potential candidates. There's a few guys out there I did a breakdown of as far as their background, what they currently do, and the connection they may have with Pete Carroll. But Pete Carroll said in his news conference that he wants guys he's worked with so they know what he wants, but he also wants new guys that he's never worked with before, just to, see what they got. So there's a lot of dynamics to this coaching staff, and it should be underway right now as far as the guys that they have their eyes set on to bring into the silver and black, man, to make us not great again, great, period. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I am your host, Lunatic Raider. Let's shout out to the world's most dangerous chat. You know what it is, man. It's showtime, baby. Showtime. Let's go. Shout out to Navy vet, man. Salute to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Billy Davis in the building, man. What it is, what it was, and what it always shall be. Yes, Lost City, we in the building, man. Salute. Raider Paul with the Raiders. You already know what it is, man. It don't stop, it won't stop. You feel me? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We got Eugene. Pow! Right in the kisser, man. Salute to you, my brother. Tops of the afternoon. Who else we got up in this Mickey Ticket one time? Yes, indeed, man. Let's keep it moving, man. We got SoCal South in the building. Thank you for pulling up, my guy, man. What it is, man, for real. Salute to you, man. Let's see. I want to shout out everybody on Instagram. I'm gonna get to y'all too, though. So don't y'all sweat it. Don't sweat the technique. Shout out to Eric B and Rakim. Old hip hop head. Oh yeah. There's a special guest I'm working on. I'm about to make I didn't start the series. I got it all set up, but I never got to be able to do it. So this all season, what I'm doing is I'm doing a series called The Nation of Hip Hop. And it's an infuse of the Raider Nation with hip hop artists. Hip hop artists who are Raider fans and part of the Raider Nation, man. I'm gonna bring them on the show. Discuss, their fandom, what got them into loving the Raiders, man, and what they think now going forward, how they feel the roster and the team will shake out as far as Pete Carroll and Spy Tech running the show, man. So I got one guy ready to rock and roll. Can't tell y'all yet, man, but we're gonna get it rocking, man. All I can tell you, let's see, if you old school rap fans, let me see, can I give y'all something that y'all might be familiar with them with? You know what? I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna tuck it away in my pocket, but y'all stay tuned, man, because we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and it's definitely gonna be a series you guys don't want to watch. Don't want to miss. I said don't want to watch. Don't want to miss The Nation of Hip Hop. Yes, indeed. Coming to you soon, boy. Let's go. Let me see. We got SoCal South Navy vet in here. Eugene Powell in the building. We got the usual suspects, man. I like that, man. Tragedy turned triumph, man. Exactly. Worried about the let's see. They're working on it, bro. We're going to talk about the potential OCs, too. Like I said, we're going to do a breakdown and do a bio of some of the candidates. Most of them have connections. Most of them have connections with Pete Carroll. Some don't. There's even some surprising names that you might not be familiar with, but connected to certain franchises that got people in place with the Raiders right now. So we're gonna get into it, man. Just stay tuned. Come on, baby, stay tuned, man. We're gonna be there like Foursquare. You feel me? All right, man, let's continue on forward. Sacktown Raider Mike, man, my dude, man. Salute to you, man. Prayers out to you and your family, man. Hope y'all still fighting a good fight, man. That's right. Salute to you, man. One of our brothers, man, from the nation, y'all. Y'all give them some prayer hands in the chat, man, and let them know we riding with them. Let's go. Let me see what else we got up in the building. Yeah, man. So we got a lot coming to you for real, man. Let me see. And y'all so far ahead, I gotta get caught up with the chat, man. I gotta get caught up with the chat, bro. Hold on, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hey, I'm slow motion is better than none, man. SoCal Sal in the building. Yes, indeed, I see you, man. Scroll all the way down. My guy Gravy in the building, man. Top of the afternoon, man. Afternoon, evening, whatever. We eat early evening, late afternoon. Let's just call it that. You know what I mean? Let's call it a ball and a strike, man. We right there with it though. Doesn't matter what side of the time zone we are. You feel me? Raider Fontaine in the building, man. Salute to you, my brother Tops. Good to have you here, man. For real, for real. We're gonna do a little simple breakdown today, man. Just talking on some stuff. Barrio Clips TV in the building, man. Salute to you. Top of the afternoon, or no, top of the evening, bottom of the afternoon, man. That's how we gonna do that shit. You feel me? Who else we got in? Sean Johnson in the building. All right, let's see. Salute. Wow, press conference. Yesterday, yes indeed. Pete Carroll and John Spytek, mate. Yes indeed. They taught us. They taught us a lot what they're going to bring to the nation. You feel me? We're gonna ride with them and see how far it go. That's all I can say. Ride with them or collide with them. Mike G in the building, man. What it is, my brother, for real, for real. I see you, man. I see you. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get into this show, bro. You feel me? Did I get everybody in there? I think I got everybody. Shout out everybody on Instagram. Daniel Richards, man. Salute to you on Insta. Mamacita, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Yes, indeed, man. We're gonna get into this. Let's go ahead and let's get into the content, shall we? I look a little low, man. My chair be sinking like a motherfucker, man. What the? Just like this motherfucking. All right, let's go. So the first thing I want to get into, man, I want to just establish the 3 rules. In case y'all don't know the 3 rules that Pete Carroll has for the organization, which basically, all in a nutshell, his 3 rules. It's all about accountability. Be accountable. And it's not just you're accountable for. You also should be accountable for your teammates, your brothers. And I love this. I love this 3 rules that Pete Carroll has for his organizations as far as what we're going to go forward with. And we should have had this installed a long time ago, bro. We would have been able to overcome a lot of BS with these guys outside of the building, out in the free world, where they make wrong choices, sometimes stupid choices that ends a career. You know, we seen what happened with Ruggs and so forth, man. So these rules, and if the teammates on this team abide by these 3 rules and be accountable for themselves as well as others around them, like being a big brother, then we're gonna be okay, man. So first off, I just want to get into it just to set up the narrative of Pete Carroll's top 3 rules, man. Let's go.
We learned on the internet that Pete Carroll has 3 team rules, and I'll tell you, fantastic stuff here. Here's Pete's. Protect the team. Be mindful of your teammates on and off the field. If you see them on the verge of making a mistake or doing something that's going to get them in trouble, the onus is on you to step in and correct the situation. No whining, no complaining, no excuses. If it's raining, Carroll doesn't want to hear your gripes, and then be early. That sounds simple, but it's a sign of respect. Your time is not more important than the greater group. Those are 3 easy rules, 3 good life rules. I think the Raiders are in a good spot. That's why Pete Carroll was brought in there, to kind of change the culture.
And I like those rules, man. To go ahead and accountability. We're going to start this off on the right foot by making every single player on this team accountable. And it's just not accountability for self, but for others and the organization. I love that. I love that, man. Hey, let's get a round of applause, man, for Pete Carroll and his 3 rules, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. Yes, we should have had that a long time ago. You feel me? So let's go ahead and get to the breakdown. We're all thinking about OCs, offensive coordinators that the Raiders could go after. Like I said, in the press conference yesterday, Pete Carroll alluded to it, where he said that he wants guys that he's worked with in the past for the familiarity of what he brings and what kind of structure he wants that already knows this, as well as guys he's never worked with before. there's two names that come off top, not just for OC. We'll do OC and then we'll talk about the other guys for other positions as well, with the connections. But of course, the one main, I got a couple of guys in mind, and there's some other guys too though, but there's so many different names I keep hearing out there, but there's some that make sense as far as falling into line what Pete Carroll said that he's looking for. So with that being said, man, the first guy I want to get into is Darrell Bevell. Now, a lot of people know Darrell Bevell was the offensive coordinator with the Seahawks in their Super Bowl run. Everybody got on his case for making the horrible decision of calling the play of throwing the ball rather than running Marshawn Lynch. Pete Carroll took accountability for it. You know what I mean? And it's just a whole lot. But like I said, everybody remembers what you didn't do, but never remember the stuff you did do. You got to remember, they got there and they won before. You know what I mean? So let's keep it all in perspective. Some people don't want this guy, but he does have experience. He's currently the quarterback coach of the Miami Heat. No, not the Miami Heat. I'm fucking with y'all. See if y'all listening. The Miami Dolphins. So without further ado, man, this is a breakdown of Darrell Bevell. Like I said, former offensive coordinator with the Seattle Seahawks, currently the quarterback coach of the Miami Dolphins. Man, let's go.
After going undrafted in the 1996 NFL Draft, Bevell began a career in coaching, including stints at Westmar University, Iowa State University, and the University of Connecticut. In 2013, the Seahawks finished the season with a 13-3 record and eventually defeated the Denver Broncos by a score of 43-8 in Super Bowl 48. Bevell's rushing offense was fourth in the league with 2,188 yards, an average 136.8 yards per game. Overall in total offense, Bevell's team finished 18th in the league, producing 339.0 yards per game. In 2014, the Seahawks finished the season at 12-4 and attempted to repeat as Super Bowl champions. They came short in Super Bowl 49, which they lost to the New England Patriots after passing on second and goal from the 1-yard line with 26 seconds left. Trailing 28-24, Russell Wilson targeted wide receiver Ricardo Lockett, but New England's Malcolm Butler made a game-saving interception with 20 seconds left on the clock. The play call was widely criticized. "I can't believe the call," NBC color commentator Chris Collinsworth said after the play was run. "You have Marshawn Lynch. You have a guy who's been borderline unstoppable. If I lose this Super Bowl because Marshawn Lynch can't get into the end zone, so be it. I can't believe the call." Sports Illustrated writer Peter King called the play one of the worst calls in Super Bowl history, and so did retired NFL Hall of Famer Deion Sanders. Retired running back Emmitt Smith, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, went even further, calling it the worst play call in the history of football. Bevell acknowledged making the call, but also remarked that Lockett could have been more aggressive on the play. Wilson said the play was a good call and lamented throwing the interception and not making that play. Head coach Pete Carroll, though, said the last play was all my fault and called Bevell crucially important to our future. The head coach added that Seattle would have run the ball on a subsequent play. "We don't ever call a play thinking we might throw an interception." Bevell was dismissed from the Seahawks in January 2018. On January 16, 2019, Bevell was hired by the Detroit Lions to be their offensive coordinator, replacing Jim Bob Cooter. On November 28, 2020, Bevell assumed the title of interim head coach following the firing of head coach Matt Patricia. On December 6, 2020, Bevell won his head coaching debut against the Chicago Bears by a score of 34-30. He missed the team's Week 16 game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to COVID-19 protocols. On January 21, 2021, Bevell was hired by the Jacksonville Jaguars as their offensive coordinator under head coach Urban Meyer. For the second consecutive season, Bevell was named interim head coach after the Jaguars fired Meyer following a 2-11 start to the season. On February 16, 2022, Bevel was hired by the Miami Dolphins to serve as the team's quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator for the 2022 season.
See, one thing about Bevel, whatever, however you want to pronounce it, he does have an extensive history of being an offensive coordinator. Somebody that has worked with Pete Carroll before, stints with Minnesota Vikings, Jacksonville Jaguars, Detroit Lions, you know what I mean? All in the capacity of being an offensive coordinator. And like I said, everybody remembers the one thing you ain't did, but don't remember all the other things that you have. So he's been around doing the coordinating thing since the early 2000s, all the way up to now, being quarterback coach with the Miami Dolphins. So that's one name that keeps coming up just because of the connection there. Another guy I want to speak on that has not been under Pete Carroll, but has a connection to Tom Brady as well as John Spytek will be Byron Leftwich. Leftwich was the offensive coordinator with Tampa Bay when they won the Super Bowl. He's been out of the league since 2002. But the guy's capable. He's capable of coming in, and he knows exactly what Spytek and Tom Brady looks like, or how they see the offense should be. And then that's also another one, getting back to what Pete Carroll said. There's guys he's looking for that he has never worked with, just to see what they got and what they can do. Leftwich been there and did it at a high level and has a Super Bowl ring to prove it. So another guy, we're going to do a breakdown and just go through his coaching career, as far as all his stops, the positions he held, and so forth, just to get an idea of the wealth of knowledge that he has. Well, of course, we know him coming out of Marshall, quarterback, playing for Tampa Bay at that back in early 2000s as well. So he did a couple of stints with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's been in the league. He's been around. He's done his thing. So this is one of those guys, former players turned coach, that we might also want to take a look at as well. Here's Byron Leftwich.
On May 9, 2016, Leftwich was hired by the Arizona Cardinals as a coaching intern during training camp. He was given the duty to help train the Cardinals quarterbacks. On January 27, 2017, Leftwich was hired by the Cardinals as their quarterbacks coach under head coach Bruce Arians, who had been his offensive coordinator on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Shortly after Bruce Arians retired as head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, and Steve Wilks took his place. On October 19, 2018, after the Cardinals fired offensive coordinator Mike McCoy, Leftwich was promoted to take over his role as interim offensive coordinator. On December 31, 2018, Leftwich was fired by the Cardinals, along with head coach Steve Wilks, and the team finished 3-13, their worst record since 2000. On January 8, 2019, Leftwich was hired by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as their offensive coordinator, reuniting with new head coach Bruce Arians. Arians, who was returning from retirement, said in an interview with ESPN that he wouldn't have taken the job if it wasn't for general manager Jason Licht, and probably wouldn't have taken the job if Byron Leftwich wasn't available. After the 2020 regular season, Arians stated that he had delegated the offense to Leftwich, and expressed frustration that the coordinator was not interviewed by other NFL teams for a head coaching position. At the end of that season, their second with Arians and Leftwich, the Buccaneers won Super Bowl LV. After the 2021 season, Leftwich received multiple head coaching interviews but was not hired by any organization. On January 19, 2023, Leftwich was fired from the Buccaneers organization.
And there you have it. That's Byron Leftwich. That's a couple of candidates for offensive coordinators that we might be looking at, from Bevel to Leftwich. Guys still have experience doing it. So I don't know exactly the direction that Pete Carroll will go in, and I'm pretty sure Tom Brady as well as Spytek will have not really a say, but maybe have guys in mind that Pete Carroll may want to consider as well. So there's other guys out there. Now let's get into some stuff that if they don't come on, I see one that could be an offensive coordinator under Pete Carroll or can come in at a different capacity. We're going to talk about Pete Carroll's two sons. You got Brendan Carroll, who's currently the offensive coordinator at the University of Washington. But before he ended up with the University of Washington, he also was with the Seattle Seahawks under his father. He's the oldest son, Brendan, under his father. He was a run game coordinator as well as assistant offensive line coach. And this is when he was with Seattle from 2015 to 2020. So there's another guy, Brennan Carroll, the eldest son of Pete Carroll, who I can see him coming since he's, like I said, doing offensive coordinator duties this past season with Washington. Now can go ahead and let's see if Pete Carroll brings him on. Maybe not as an offensive coordinator. Maybe you bring him in at a different capacity to work his way to offensive coordinator, but you never know. You never know. Fresh young minds are always welcome because they come with innovative and new ideas to go ahead and push offenses to another level in this day and age of NFL football. So with that being said, man, this is going to be Brennan Carroll, the eldest son of Pete Carroll, currently the offensive coordinator for the University of Washington. Let's get it.
In 2002, Carroll joined the USC Trojan staff as a graduate assistant under his father, head coach Pete Carroll. During his first season, he worked with offense and special teams and switched to tight ends the next year. In 2004, he became the full-time assistant coach in charge of tight ends. In 2007, in addition to his work as an assistant coach, he became the recruiting coordinator. Also in 2007, Trojans tight end Fred Davis, who Brennan coached, won the John Mackey Award, which goes to the nation's top tight end. On December 22, 2010, Carroll joined Al Golden's staff at the University of Miami as the tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator. On January 10, 2013, Carroll moved to wide receivers coach, while retaining the recruiting coordinator title, after the Hurricanes hired Mario Cristobal as associate head coach and tight ends coach. After 13 years in the collegiate ranks, Carroll joined his first NFL staff on February 9, 2015, reuniting with his father, Pete, head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. Carroll was the assistant offensive line coach and was promoted to run game coordinator prior to the 2020 season. On January 1, 2021, Carroll joined the University of Arizona staff under new head coach Jed Fish as offensive coordinator and offensive line coach. They had worked together at Miami. In 2023, Arizona improved to 10-3, concluding with a 38-24 win over Oklahoma in the Alamo Bowl. The Wildcats finished 11th in both major polls. Carroll was one of several coaches to follow Fish to the University of Washington in 2024, where he is the offensive coordinator and offensive line coach.
And that's the eldest son of Carroll, who shows potential. Was with his father with Seattle, got his own job with the University of Washington as offensive coordinator present day. So that's another guy that you could look at with Pete Carroll bringing in. Shout out to Steve DeLuna, man. I see y'all pulling up, man. Raider Goon in the building. Desert Raider, man, what it is. Let me see. RJ Cool Raider in the building, man. Salute. Good to see y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all. Raider Goon, man. What it is, man. How you been? For real. Let me make sure I got everybody up in here. Like I said, we leave no Raider behind. No Raider shall be left behind. You dig? I think I got everybody, man. Shout out. It's good to see y'all in the chat, man. Doing y'all thizzle. Let me see. Lawrence E in the building, man. What it is, man. Salute to you. Who else we got up in here, man? Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody watching, man, to all 57 right now. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that like and hit that notification bell, too, so you can be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. Right now, we are currently doing a breakdown of the potential candidates for offensive coordinator as well as other capacities with our offense under Pete Carroll. We went over Darrell Bevel, who was once offensive coordinator with the Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl and lost the Super Bowl. So that's somebody Pete Carroll's familiar with. We talked about Brian Leftwich, who's familiar with Tom Brady, and John Spytek, who was the offensive coordinator with Tampa Bay when they won the Super Bowl, 2019-18? So he was the offensive coordinator when Brady and them was there and won the Super Bowl with Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now we're on to Pete Carroll's sons, who he brought into coaching. We just talked about the eldest son, Brennan Carroll, who's currently the offensive coordinator at the University of Washington. Did stints with Seattle under his father. And now we're going to get to the youngest son, Nate Brennan, who is currently the passing game coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, but he too also spent time with the Seattle Seahawks under his father. What was it, from 2011 to 2023? He was a defensive assistant. He was also offensive assistant, assistant wide receiver coach, and senior offensive assistant under his father with Seattle before going on to Carolina as the passing game coordinator. So both of these guys, these young men, have experience in offense. At what capacity does Pete Carroll bring them into the Raiders? If he does, I'm not sure. Is it offensive coordinator? Not sure. You might shake up the wide receiver coach, running back coach, but these guys have experience with wide receiver coach and being an offensive coordinator at the college level. So it's going to be very interesting on what direction Pete Carroll goes, and does he bring his sons on board, which I would. As a father, why not have them groom under you like you had them starting off with the Seattle Seahawks? Now you're with the Raiders, and they can go ahead and further add on to their career. You know what I mean? I know Nate is with the Carolina Panthers. Would he leave there as a passing game coordinator to take a step up or something? Who knows? Who knows? Is he comfortable where he's at? But I mean, I'm pretty sure they would love to work with their father again. So we'll see how that unfolds. The other questions that we need to go ahead and ask and answer: defensive coordinator. You know what I mean? Now that we got to construct a staff that's competent and knows exactly Pete Carroll's vision, it makes a lot of sense to get some veteran type of guys to run OC and DC. Gus Bradley being one of the names that a lot of people was familiar with, being formerly of the Raiders, as well as the defensive coordinator of the Seahawks under Pete Carroll. So that's that familiarity and that connection there. Do we want him? What's the other choices? You know what I mean? There's other guys out there you could go. I hear the name Wink Martindale, you know, the defensive coordinator out of Michigan. That's one guy's name was out there. There's also some surprise guys that you might not have heard of, but have connections with the organizations, such as his name is Chris Richard, former defensive back that was in the pro. What he was drafted in the third round, I think 2000. I can't remember, 2000 something. He was out of USC. So you know, there go that Carroll connection, and you gotta remember that Chris Richard is currently the Jacksonville Jaguars defensive back coach. So he's currently coaching as it is. Is that someone you can bring in, a new guy? Because that's also what Pete Carroll also said, that he would like to bring new guys up too. The coach. So he's basically open to all people he worked with, people he hasn't, new guys in new positions. You know what I mean? So he's open to anything. I think and that's good. That's good, because you never know what guy can come in that's never even been a defensive coordinator, but you don't know what their vision is and how they approach the game. As if they were to be the DC, how will they approach it? What kind of defense? What is your expertise? What do you see? You know what I mean? Just to get their opinion and their vision of what the defense should look like. So Chris Richard is a good name. Reason why I say that is because not only because he's a defensive coach currently with Jacksonville, he's also played with the Seattle Seahawks from 2002 to 2004, and also played with the Oakland Raiders of 2007. I think he was just a practice squad guy, but he was with the team in 2007. So there's a lot of connections there. Played with both Seattle and the Raiders, organization connection, as well as coming from USC. There's a lot to go ahead and break down, but he's a young guy that, like I said, the main experience he has right now is being the DB coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. So that is right now the list that we're going to deal with. As far as, I didn't want to throw too much on your plates. I don't know what your guys' opinion is. Let me know in the chat, who is it offensive coordinator candidates that you prefer to come in and be the OC of your Las Vegas Raiders? Man, that's a good question to ask. You feel me? Let me see. Anybody else pull it up on us, man? Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. Shout out to everybody on Twitch, on X, on Instagram as well as YouTube, man. I appreciate it once again. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like. Hey, when I did that press conference, boy, hella people seen it, hella likes. We got over 1,000 likes on that, or no, 1,000 likes, 1,000 views. I need to get those likes up, y'all. Ain't no way in the world we have hella people watching and not have those matching in likes. And a lot of subscribers came off of that damn press conference yesterday. Shout out to y'all, man. Once again, we will be going, once we hit 3,000, it will be a TV giveaway. Yes, a television that you can watch the game on. Hopefully we can get to 3,000 before the season starts. Shout out to B Al and J-Dog 209, man, for winning the custom jerseys. Once again, your orders are going in. They got to be custom made. So I'll give y'all all the information when they're done and I get them back in the mail and then I ship them back out. I will give each of you guys the tracking number. But shout out to those two guys for us reaching 2,000. We on our way to 3,000 right now, y'all. Last time I checked, we were at. We've been doing good. We've been doing good. I've been, especially off the shorts. I put out shorts on TikTok and Twitch and everywhere, and good response, man. Where are we at right now? We are at 2,167 subscribers. Yeah, help keep this channel growing. You feel me? We're gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna rock and roll with y'all every weekday. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on Raiders Allegiance, man. Salute to y'all, man. Thank y'all for doing what it is y'all doing. That's supporting this channel, because this is our channel. You dig? Let me see. Make sure I got everybody up in here, man. I think I got everybody. Let me see, in case anybody slid through the back door. You feel me? What about Eric Sermon? Oh, yeah, that's another name. Eric Sermon is another. No, not Eric Sermon, is it? Is that his name? Nah, I don't think it was Eric Sermon. Hold on, I had wrote down potential guys. Hold on real quick. I didn't think it was Sermon, though. Hold on real quick, because I got to look at my list. There's a lot of names that they ran down. I'll give you some of the names that I seen. We already talked about Daryl Bevel. Another guy, well, that's somebody that I doubt even gets looked at. We talk about Brendan Carroll, which is the eldest son of Pete Carroll. Byron Leftwich, of course, that makes sense. Thad Lewis is another one that they talked about. Tampa Bay quarterback coach. Brian Johnson was a name they brought. We know Chris Kubiak. I think Chris Kubiak took a job already. You got Frank Weiss. Then they even brought up the name of Ronald Curry. Ronald Curry got into coaching as well. So former player. Everybody remember Ronald Curry, former cornerback. What was he? A quarterback in North Carolina, and then turned wide receiver when he came to us. That's another name to keep your eyes on. See, defensive. Let me see where the defense. We already talked about Gus Bradley. I told you about Chris Richard. Possibility. That's a name. You keep your eye on him. Sorensen, Nick Sorensen. That's the name I was thinking of. Nick Sorensen. Carl Scott. He said Eric Sermon. I'm thinking of EPMD. That Eric Sermon of EPMD. You feel me? Exactly. Eric Sermon, EPMD. But yeah, man, that's what I got for y'all for right now, though. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all pulling up, man. I appreciate it, man. We're doing good on this channel, man, and I'm gonna keep bringing y'all some content, man. Some real good content. Like I said, entertaining and informative. Can't wait to see this roster once they get done building it, which they should go ahead and get it started. Senior Bowl this weekend. Let's go. Grammy Sunday night. Let's go. next week's weekend, Super Bowl. Let's go. Come on, y'all. We got a lot of stuff jumping off after the Super Bowl. That's February. We hit March, free agency, April, the draft. It's going to be here faster than y'all know it, man. Next thing I'll probably do on Friday. Let's see, this is Tuesday. You know what? Tomorrow's Wednesday. Fuck it. How y'all feel about a Wednesday mock draft 1.0? Y'all want to do a mock draft tomorrow? Just for shits and giggles, just to see. Now we know who our head coach is going to be. We know run game is going to be something he probably looks at. So Genty at 6, I can see that happening, as well as cornerback, old boy from Michigan. I can see that happening with the background that Pete Carroll has with DBs. Bruh, there's a lot of directions we can go. But with Spy Tech saying we need that, we'll never, if it's a dynamic player, you can't, no, we can't skip them. So whoever's there at 6, maybe you trade back and still can get a dynamic player as well as more draft capital. There's a lot of things to cover. We're hearing Russell Wilson possibility coming back with the Raiders. We're hearing I don't think we need Shador or Cam. We don't have to try to. I mean, if it's going to cost a lot to trade up to get one of those two, Cam Ward or Shador Sanders, why when we can add other spots? I'm gonna tell you, don't be surprised. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but as a Duck fan, I'm gonna call it. Don't be surprised if Dylan Gabriel ends up in the silver and black, because Pete Carroll was the one that did not give a damn about the size of a quarterback. Can he play? Can he play? Everybody want to point to Dylan Gabriel losing to Ohio State, but it took Ohio State 2 tries to beat Oregon. And as it stands, here's the finished ranking, the final ranking of college football. Ohio State, of course, number 1, they won the national championship. Notre Dame, number 2, because they were the runners-up, losing to Ohio State in the national championship. And then there's Oregon at number 3, with the only team in college football with 1 loss. That 1 loss was the second time Ohio State had an opportunity to play Oregon again. So, hey, it is what it is, though. But don't be surprised, Dylan Gabriel. But I do like Jackson Dart. Hey, don't get it twisted. I like Jackson Dart, too. So that's my 2 later guys. Not in the first round. At the most, I could see them in the second. I don't know if you want to push the third, because they could be going by. I just kind of uneasy with that, because if the top 2 quarterbacks come off the board quick, and there's other teams that needs quarterbacks as well, but don't think that a Gabriel or a Jackson Dart is suitable for a first round selection. If they wait till the second round, they might wait till the end, possibly a third, possibly. But how do you want to gamble? That's why I said everybody that's scouting and have inside information, they got their ears to the ground. They know what certain franchises are looking at and when they're looking at grabbing them. That's why they know when exactly to jump teams and trades, because they know the team they jumped was about to go get somebody that they wanted. So you got to pay attention to the chess match on the board during the draft as far as moving up and moving down. So, yes, with that being said, man, shout out to Pyro, my dude, man. Where you been, bro? I hope all is well, man. For real, with the Raiders. You feel me? Hell yeah. We got the whole crew in this BIH. All right, y'all. So let me get my ass up out of here. But salute to y'all, man. I hope y'all enjoy y'all Tuesday. Like I said, we'll do a mock draft 1.0 tomorrow. I think that's a good ass idea. Yeah, most definitely. So with that being said, enjoy your Tuesday, man. Y'all be safe out there. Please make it back home to your loved ones. And like I always say about this time, you already what Lunatic? What you always say about this time? Was that Stan? Stan, was that you? I don't know. It might be a Stan. But with that said, man, hey, go ahead. Subscribe, hit that like if you haven't. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man, on the same Raider time, same Raider channel. Lunatic Raider, and like I always say about this time, I'm out this bitch. Ha ha ha.
Thank you.